But a Shawkani, who he's lying about, actually says that it is obligatory to fold the hands. Why would he lie to you? Let's look at the quote of Ibn Mundhir that is in a Nail al-Awtar. Okay, not Ibn Mundhir quoting a Shawkani, because a Shawkani is the one who wrote Nail al-Awtar and was 900 years later. But now he says these ahadith point towards, and it's on your screen, about that is mashru', it is Islamic practice that is legislated to fold the hand, right hand upon the left, and this is the opinion of the Jamhur, the vast majority take this opinion. But he mentioned that Ibn Mundhir has mentioned from Ibn Zubayr, from Hassan al-Basri, from Nakha'i about leaving the hands on the side, that not folding the right on the left, and this was reported by An-Nawawi upon the authority of late Ibn Sa'd. Now, the honesty that we believe in, we quote this, we're not going to hide anything from you. Now, what does he say? He says, Ibn al-Qasim has mentioned this from Imam Malik. Imam Malik, one of the great Imam of Medina, that is also reported from him from Ibn al-Qasim. But he says, Khalifahu, he was opposed by Ibn al-Hikam, who said that Imam Malik believed in folding the hands as well. I've highlighted it, it's on your screen. But then what does he say after that?
So the Holy Prophet ﷺ never folded his arms in prayer.
What the vast majority of the scholars of Islam, what they depend upon about the mashru'iyah, about the legislation of wada', of folding the hand, are ahadith in this chapter that the Musannaf, which is Abdul Salam Majd ibn Taymiyyah, because Nail al-Awtar is actually an explanation of Muntaqa of Ibn Taymiyyah, not Taqiyuddin, but his grandfather. So he says that the majority that take the opinion to fold the hand have 20 different authentic chains, ashrun, 20 chains from Thamaniya Ashara Sahaba, from 18 different Sahaba and Tabi'un, right there. 20 authentic narrations leading back to 18 different Sahaba from the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam and from Tabi'un and others. And that's why this is very, very important. Now, this is the book he quoted, and he said this book says the Sunnis have no narration. Nowhere in the book does it say that. Ibn Mundhir didn't say that. Shawkani did not say that. Nowhere in the book does it say that. What does he say? Actually, he says that Al-Hafid Ibn Abdul Barr, the Maliki scholar, he said that it is not proven from the Prophet ﷺ at all anything except folding the hands. Anything other than folding the hands is never brought from the Prophet ﷺ. This is in the reference that he's giving you and lying to you about. But I've scanned it on your screen. In the same book, he continues mentioning many more ahadith. Now, there's a very important statement here, and this is on the screen right now for you, which is, he says the hadith, it shows why ulama have istidlal and have derived from these ahadith wujub wad' al-yadayn. He says the hadith of Sa'd ibn Sa'd, which is in Sahih al-Bukhari, authentic hadith, which is that we were ordered in the time of the Prophet ﷺ, as Abu Hazim has clarified, to fold the hands right on left in the prayer. Then Ash-Shawkani says that this is not just something mustahab, it is wajib. Now, I don't take that view. I just say, it's mustahab, it's good to do it. If you don't do it, your salah is fine. But Ash-Shawkani, who he's lying about, actually says that it is obligatory to fold the hands. Why would he lie to you like this? Why would he not look up the book? Okay. He continues that this obligation to fold the hands in prayer is reported from Ali ibn Abi Talib radiallahu anhu, Amirul Mu'mineen from Ahlul Bayt, Ali ibn Abi Talib radiallahu anhu alayhi salam, that Ahlul Bayt Sahabi.
Bayt alayhi salam never did it, the companions never did it.
Ali radiallahu anhu made tafsir of the ayah of the Quran, فَصَلِّ لِرَبِّكَ وَانْحَرْ, to say this means to fold the right on the left. And Ad-Darqutni and Al-Bayhaqi and Al-Hakim has mentioned this in his authentic narration. And he says this is أحسن ما يروي في تاويل الآية. This is the best, the strongest narration explaining this ayah. Again, this is not my opinion. I'm showing you from the book, and I've scanned it there. And he said, Al-Bayhaqi has also mentioned this from Abdullah ibn Abbas radiallahu anhuma. Ahlul Bayt. Ahlul Bayt. May Allah be pleased with them and love them as we love them. Ahlul Bayt are telling you, the Quran tells you to fold the hands. It's on your screen. And this is not me. This is the book he was referencing.
Imam Malik, he prayed with his hands unfolded and said, this is how the Prophet prayed. And the entire city of Medina prayed with their hands open. So
Imam Malik himself, and I'm going to put a link to the Muwatta Imam Malik in the description. He has an entire chapter in his Muwatta about folding the hands in prayer from the people of Medina. Not a single hadith in the Muwatta, not a single chapter that says dangle the hands in prayer. And Imam Malik's style of writing, if he saw the people of Medina doing something opposite to that which was narrated, then in the Muwatta he would write that this is what is narrated, but the people of Medina did opposite to it. But he did not say that about folding the hands. And I'm putting a link to the Muwatta Imam Malik. Check it out yourself.
And also, your men, Sunni men, you don't even place your hands on your chest.
Imam Shawkani, to end this chapter, he says, from the tafsir of Ali radiyanhu, Ahlul Bayt, and Abdullah ibn Abbas radiyallahu anhuma, Ahlul Bayt, from the tafsir of Surah Kawthar, that it is to fold the right hand on the left, and this is upon the sadr, upon the chest, upon the nahr. This is Imam Shawkani's opinion. From the narrations from the Ahlul Bayt, not mine. So don't lie to your people.